Hey,
Hello.
witches.
Welcome back.
Hello. Yeah. So, yeah.
Here we are. Okay.
Here we are.
Chapter 30, starting off fresh,
Yes.
actually.
Yeah.
So she just got done. Well, not just got done. It's like the next morning she was training. So she's really sore and she essentially calls into work.
Basically. She's like, I am not training today.
Yeah. And and I love this part because it's like right off the bat, she's like, I called Azriel and I told Cassian that I was not coming to train. And then she's like, a mistake perhaps, given that both of them showed up at the door to the townhouse within minutes, the former demanding what the hell is wrong with me, Cassian, and the latter bearing a tin of salve to help with the aches in my back. And I was like, I love this because imagine you're like hurt or you're sad or you're just not in a good mood. And you tell your friends and they show up. One is ready to fight to figure out what the hell happened, and then the other is ready to nurture. And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, Cassian is totally Nesta's equal
Yes. And
because
then,
that's all of that.
um, Feyre takes Nesta up to the library, right? Um,
Yeah, where is this library? Is this down
it's
below the
in the
house?
mountain, right? Yeah. Like underneath the
Because
House of Wind.
so like she like flies to the House of Wind and then like takes her down.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm
like
just really confused by that. I literally wrote about it. I was so confused. I was like, I thought we were at the House of Wind. How are we in the library now? Like, do they access the library through the House of Wind?
I think so. Now I'm trying to find it. But I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, the library beneath the house. Yeah.
Okay.
So, um, but I was excited because like there's a lot more Nesta in this chapter, and like Feyre and Nesta
Yeah.
like are kind of not necessarily bonding, but like they're bantering and talking, and we find out that Nesta didn't know that Feyre couldn't read. Like she went all those times that she was like fucking with Feyre, like, oh, you're so dumb. Like she didn't realize how real that was and how that Feyre didn't actually truly didn't know. So she wasn't being as big of a bitch as like it seemed like she was being.
Yeah. Misunderstanding.
Yeah.
And it's
Um
like now we're seeing some vulnerability from her
yeah. Yeah.
and like some caring possibly.
Yeah, because she's like, why didn't you ask us to teach you how to read? And Feyre was like, I didn't think that you would agree. Like,
It's like, well, you
um,
never gave me any reason to believe.
right. And then right at the time, like Feyre's on page 317, she's like, why do you push everyone away but Elaine? And Nesta's about to answer her. And then all of a sudden there's like a ripple, like in the
Uh,
magic, I'm guessing, that they
yeah,
both feel and they kind of stop and look at each
like the world
other.
shifted. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we find out it was the wards around the library being broken
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
by someone. Um,
Elaine's vision.
right. Elaine was like, this is happening. Um, and then on page 318, I was just like, what the fuck? What is it? Because they're both like running and running and running. And then we find out that it is two high fae. They're both male, one dark haired and one light, both in gray jackets embroidered with bone white thread. Hybern. Um, they put that stupid Fabane shit on Feyre so she can't do magic. Um, and then somewhere on here, we find out that they're called the Ravens. We're the King's Ravens. His far flying eyes and talons, and we've come to take you back. And
No,
they're
fuck
talking
you.
to Nesta. And they're talking to Nesta when they say that. Like, they came for Nesta because she took something from the cauldron and the king wants it back.
And it's so
Um,
funny because Farrah's just like, "You're not taking me anywhere," like mentality.
right.
And then it's like, "Bitch, it's not you."
Right. I mean, we're gonna take you too, but we don't give a shit about you. And then I'm like,
And
how
they
the fuck did
basically
they get
said that.
in? I'm like, yeah, they do. They're like, you're an unexpected prize too, but your sister. And like that's the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
They're basically like that was why the cauldron couldn't shatter the wall, not because its power was spent, but because Nesta had stolen too much of it. And then that's the end of chapter 30. So like right now they are in the library with all these poor traumatized priestesses. These two fuckers have gotten in, and now they're chasing Nesta and Feyre. And now we've got to figure out what they're gonna do next. Da da da.
Ah. Yeah, and it like really sucks because like she lost her magic. She can't tell anyone.
Right, she can't even like access the bond to be like Reese. Fuck, like, um, I was also cracking up though. Like, I literally it was on page 321, but I literally wrote Feyre, you crazy bitch, because before she even got there, I knew what she was about to do.
Mm-hmm.
This crazy
Looking
bitch,
up,
she's like,
looking low.
yeah, she's like, I've got three choices. I can wait for my magic to come back. I can fight them hand to hand, try to get out of the library and run, and leave the priestesses on their own, or I can go down into the pit where there's this unknown creature that Cassian was so frightened of he wouldn't even discuss it out loud. Like,
And I'm
what?
so excited because I mean we don't get to see what lurks below, but we get to like an
Read it.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just want a fucking book, SJM, please.
Yes.
Or an idea. Tweet it out. I don't care. Something.
Yeah. Like, you know how they did Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and there's like the
Yeah.
actual book with all the creatures in it and with descriptions of the creatures? I need that.
Yes.
Um, um,
I like how on the next page they're basically describing what happened after they had left the cauldron and all of that. And
mhm.
how basically the what was it? Oh, basically they're like, okay, the cauldron, it knew that it had something that had been taken from it. It was fierce, so when that young queen went in, it gave her immortality and made her fey, but since something had been taken from it, the cauldron took what she valued most, her youth. That young woman went in, but a withered crone came out, and it's like, ha ha ha, good, you stupid ass queen.
Yeah,
But
and then
also, Elaine,
yeah,
like, knew it. Elaine sensed it.
yeah. And Feyre starts to put it together because Elaine said, I saw young hands wither with age. And then she's like, twin ravens are coming. Well, these are the two ravens. And she had
Twin
said
ravens.
one light and one dark.
One white,
Something
one
like
had
that.
dark hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and one was light and one was dark. So like and so I said that. I was like, yep, Elaine is having visions. I knew it.
She's a seer.
Um,
But we still don't know what Nesta is, so that still
no,
remains to
we
be seen.
don't.
We just know
I
she
don't have
took something
anything
from it.
else here until 325.
Same. So this is where we
Um,
kind of meet the thing down there.
yeah, they're still running. She tells Nesta to run one way, and then she like breaks down the bookshelves to block the path, basically, and she kind
Hmm.
of hides. And then the ravens are coming up to her, and then the ravens say something about, "High Lady of the Night Court, what sort of cage shall our king build for you?" And then a soft
You
voice
are the
whispers
High
in her ear.
Lady? And
Yeah. So
it's so scary because it's so dark, and all of a sudden a voice just whispers in your ear.
yeah, and she can feel it like behind her, and that it's huge and
Hmm.
it's like towering over her.
Yeah.
And then she makes a
A
deal with
mass.
it.
Of course. And
She's
it's
like,
so
I don't
nice
know what
too.
the fuck this thing even is. Let me make a deal with it. It's fine.
fuck it. If it's gonna save my life, let's do it. And it's funny because it's just like, just tell me about life out there. Like it wants nothing
Yeah,
insane. It just wants to talk. And it's like, oh, he's
right?
lonely.
Yeah.
Go give him a
It just
friend.
wants company to tell the hymn of, or to tell it of life.
And I wonder if like I mean, if you were able to leave, would he do it? And if he did do it, would he like be like a protector in a way? Or would he just
Right,
go rampant? Or if there's like magic that stops him from doing anything ill will.
right. I don't know. Is that a dog? Is
Yeah.
that a dog nose that I can see there? I
It's a
love
dog
it.
nose, yeah. Polly's feeling
Oh.
very left out and just wants some head pats, so she's just laying on my lap,
I love it.
just loving
Okay.
life.
Oh my gosh. And then after she makes this deal and she's like, it's a deal, she feels her skin tingle on her wrist because they always
Oh
seal
yeah.
bargains with a tattoo, which we don't actually know that yet. But then the
Yeah,
thing
we
is
knew
like, do we know that? Well, I know we know like that it's sealed with a tattoo, but we didn't.
Mark. Oh, okay. We don't know what the
Um,
mark is.
yeah.
Okay.
And then the thing tells her to close her eyes, and she does, and then it just kills them. Well, it doesn't kill them.
It
Well, yeah,
definitely
it does,
hurts them.
but yeah.
I mean,
And then
nearly than Reese does.
yeah, and then Cassian's there, and he's like, don't look, don't look, don't look." And Reese is like, "Get them out," and then
Well, and
yeah,
it's sad
he
too because it's like she can't see anything, and so she's just kind of stuck there, not knowing where to go.
yeah,
And so it's
and then
just like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna sit here and listen to all this.
so then Cassian gets them out, and the screaming starts again, and that's chapter 31 or 30. Yeah, 31.
Well, and
Yep.
it's like Reese was in there. Reese was heading in,
Yeah.
and it's like, damn it, he gets to fucking see it. I want to see
Right.
it.
I
I
want
want
to
to
know
hear
what
it.
it is. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I
Ouch.
wonder. Okay. Yeah. So there's
Chapter
chapter
31.
31. Chapter 32.
Okay.
Whew. They're out of that library, they're back at the townhouse, and they're getting a drink.
Yep. Cassian gives them both a glass of brandy, a tall glass, and orders them to keep drinking.
Yeah, no matter what. Drink your sorrows or drink your scare. I
And
wonder
like
if
he's just
Nesta
pissed
saw it.
off. I don't know. I
Maybe
don't
not
think so because
saw
she's in
it.
like a whole different area, right?
Yeah,
But
maybe
maybe
she could
sensed it.
sense it with her. Yeah, with her power.
Um, but yeah, then we find out there's a slim band of black iron around Feyre's forearm, which is the tattoo. Um,
Oh, uh, so on like page 330, Reese
mhm.
comes back and he's fucking pissed because like he used a specific King of Hybern used a specific spell that you're only able to use like once, and he had to save it, and Reese is like obviously getting really pissed off and like getting mad, and then uh Faye is trying to calm him down or like quiet him down. And it's like, relationship trauma is real when Reese's anger from a book was fucking triggering me. I was literally kind of starting to freak out. Like, oh my God, he's mad like at her. What kind of fight is about to happen? Like what's going to happen with them? Are they going to be on like the verge of a breakup? Like how bad is it gonna get? And I was just sitting there like, I fucking read this book. Like I know what happens. Why am I
I
panicking?
I just
I was freaking
wrote.
out.
She told him to calm down. That is the worst thing to tell me when I am upset. No, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
fucking calm down. I was calm till you told me to calm down. Now I'm not calm. Now I'm mad. And yeah, Brittany's heard me say that before. Not
I know.
usually it's in a joking manner, but it's funny. She does it now just to joke with me, but she's accidentally told me to calm down once or twice and never works out well.
I just, yeah, I like when I'm having a panic attack or something like that, and I'm like crying and like hyperventilating. Will's just like, just breathe, just breathe. What the fuck do you think I'm trying to do? And then I just get upset, and then I just get quiet, and then he's like, "Do you want to talk
And
about
then
it?" No,
once I
no,
get
I don't
calmed
want to talk about
down,
it.
I feel bad for being an asshole.
Yeah,
But
I
like
know.
I don't tell me to calm down.
I was having a really bad mental health day yesterday, and I don't even know what it was. I think it's just like confidence, maybe, just like the little jabs at life that hit you, and just can't go up from there. And I'm just like getting real sad, and I start crying. And he's like, "Oh my god, are you okay? Like, did I do something? Are you happy?" And I was like, "You're pissing me off." I was like, "I'm fine." And he goes, "You're not. You're upset." And I was like, I just want to watch Dragon Ball Z. Like, leave me alone. I'm gonna order sushi. Give me some comfort anime sushi. Just lay in bed and just stare at the screen. Do you want to talk about it? Do you want me to pause this? No, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, will you talk to me if you need it? Yeah. Just stop talking.
Go away. Yeah.
Just let me know.
Mine is
Oh,
reading. Like I lose myself in a book, and then if you try to talk to me while I'm reading, well, first of all, I'm gonna straight up ignore you. Um, but if you continue to talk to me while I'm reading, then I'm gonna get annoyed. But I usually read a book to calm myself
yeah.
if I
I
can.
just
Sometimes I can't even do that. Sometimes I have to be dramatic first before I can
yeah,
get through it.
that was my drama, and then I started eating some food, and I was like, okay. And he's like, "You're gonna read a book to calm down," and I was like, "No, I got to read a book because we're gonna do the podcast tomorrow."
I know. Sometimes when I have to read for the podcast, I'm like, oh, which is
I
so
know.
unfortunate because usually reading is like my escape. But I think it's because I have to like take notes and like think.
Yeah, I have to actually like think about it and be like, "Oh yeah, this would be funny." Like, "Oh my god, what is this?" Like, I don't have to like focus on what I'm
Yeah,
trying to think.
I can't just
Anyways,
lose myself in the story because I have to like think
yeah,
about it.
God. Anyways,
Um,
yeah.
then so on the next page, 331, Reese starts showing Pharaoh like what happened, um, like when he found Nesta. Um, and I just need them to be a thing so bad because like when she saw
Cassian
him,
and
yes, Cassian and Nesta, because when she
yeah.
saw him, she made like a noise. A small animal sound, and he landed so hard his knees popped, and she launched herself toward him, and I'm just like, and I know that was because she was scared, but there's also something else going on. And it's just like there's something else going on there. I just yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So I looked up the Wikipedia or like wiki for that person that or that thing. So someone's like, does anyone have any idea what his name looked like? Someone's like, apparently a whirring cloud of claws, teeth, and whatever natural weapons. So like he's made of nightmares.
Okay, nice.
And then a lot of people are saying that someone's like, "Oh, my precious baby, I'll see you in Silver Flames," and I was like, "What? Huh?"
Nesta's probably gonna bring it home for a pet.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh, that's funny. Anyways, whew,
The next thing I have is on the next page, 332.
I am done for this chapter. So
Okay, I have a couple more things. Reese says, um, oh shit, he's talking to like Cassian and Azrael and all of them. He's like, warn whoever needs to know to stay indoors tonight. Children off the streets at sundown. None of the palaces will remain open past moonrise. Anyone on the streets faces the consequences. And Favor's like, of what? And Reese, his
who the
jaw
fuck you
tightens.
think?
Right, his jaw tightens as he's like looking out the window and says, "Of Amron on the hunt." Like, and I literally like terrifying. Like Amber's
Right.
like this little bitty girl that
Amber
acts like
on the hunt
someone's angry auntie, and she's fucking terrifying.
and just
And
drinks
I'm just
blood for nutrition. Like,
yes,
no, thank
yes.
you. Still
And
love
then
her,
they're
but no, thank you.
yeah. Um, so they confirm on page 334 that Elaine is a seer, and I was like, I fucking knew it. And I was kind of confused at first, which I figured it out later, but um I thought that maybe she was talking about Miriam when she was talking about the queen made of fire or with the feathers of flame.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I realized later, after continuing to read, that that's not who she was talking about. But I thought at first maybe that's who she was talking about. Anyway, that's all I have
Yep.
for that chapter.
Wrong queen. Wrong one.
Yeah. All right. For whatever reason, I cannot see the timer today.
I put you as a host instead of a guest, so
Okay, that's fine.
we're we still got some time.
Okay. Then chapter 33. Moving right
We're
on.
chugging, yeah, we're chugging along.
Yeah, we
Um,
are.
woo. Okay, so
I don't have anything till page 337, but like,
I have one on 336. So, we're talking about the seer doing all of that kind of stuff.
oh, the queen,
Um,
right?
yeah, and now we're talking about the queen. So it's like you knew about the young queen turning into a crone, and then like Elaine's like, "Oh my god, someone understands me." Yes. And so then Azrael's like, "The sixth queen is alive." The sixth queen from the very very like beginning of queens that we've learned about, the one that were like, "Oh, the one that's sick, she can't be here." And it's like, well, the golden queen did say not to trust you bitches, and that the other
Right.
one's not sick.
Yeah.
So she was coming back sometime, but here we are. Man, it's been like since it's only been one book since we last heard of her, and it's been a while. It feels like
Yeah.
forever ago.
Right. It does.
Here's another
Um,
puppy
hello.
that Scarlett came over for. She's trying to get my chair is like has like a footrest on it, and she's trying to get on the
Oh,
footrest. She too chunky for that.
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the next thing I wrote was the lake, the castle. Oh shit!
Yeah, yeah.
Because we
I
had
told
just
you. It was,
talked about that
yeah, I was
a
like,
couple
yep, it's
episodes
coming
ago.
back.
Yeah, and it literally says Elaine's like there is a lake deep in the continent. I think hidden among mountains and forests. He keeps them all at the lake. Um, and I was just like, holy shit! That's what we talked about, and that's the map. The map at the front with the lake and the castle
Yep,
and the on the continent.
that's where she is. And it's so funny because Reese is like firebird by day, woman by night. And I was like, by night one way, by day
By
another.
day another.
It's
Yes.
Siona.
Yes. I fucking love that.
Do 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 do.
Oh my god.
But then I was like, man, what was her name again? That'd be funny if it was Fiona. And then I realized, oh no, it's Vasa,
Vasa.
Vasa, Vasa. I think Vasa's better. When I think of Vasa, I think of the gym.
Yeah. Vasa Fitness.
Vasa. Watch, it's
Um,
Vasa.
right. Oh, and then they're talking about who they're going to send
Yeah, they're like arguing at this point.
to try to
And
find her. They're like, if we can find her, we don't have time to send anybody to do that. Blah 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 blah. Well,
one,
I
it's
could
like
go. I could go.
Az is literally fucking shadows. He could go. It's at least some of a
At
valuable
least go scope
idea.
it out. Like,
Yeah,
and then Moore's like, I could go, and they're like, no.
I think Az. I mean, I know who goes, but I think Az should go just because he is literally smoke and shadow.
Right. Well, and then Feyre's over here, silence. I surveyed them all. Vital. Each of them was vital here. But me, because she's so fucking down on herself because of all of her trauma, she's like, I'm not vital here. Bitch, you have the powers of all seven or however many high lords.
7.
You are vital. Like, I don't, what?
You're gonna
Um,
stay where you are.
right. Plus, they're all like obsessed with you. So if you were gone, they would be so worried the whole time. And then before she even gets a chance to say anything stupid, like she's going to go, Lucian volunteers. And
uh,
um, I feel um, like as he's
and we're learning a
talking
little bit
about,
more too about him.
yeah, yeah, like about his
So
eyes,
nice. Yeah.
it can see spells and glamours.
And you want to know what's so cool about that? So we've learned that Tamlin has like a friend or whoever in the Dawn court. Dawn is known for breaking spells, and I mean that's why she's the spell breaker. Like that's why she has that power
Yeah,
because of the Dawn. And it's like Dawn made his fucking eye.
right. Um, I love that too. The whole thing, they're kind of all like, I don't know, I don't know."
Yeah.
And Lucian's like, basically like, I'm going. Like, I don't need a guard. I'll be faster on my own. I can hide that way. And Moore's like, it'll be very dangerous. And he's like, good. It'd be boring otherwise. And then Cassian smiles and is like, let me get you some weapons. And then
Respect.
Cassian, yeah, he like respects him now. And then Cassian literally, I don't know if it's in this chapter or not, but Cassian gives him weapons from his personal stores. Like
Yeah, it
he let
says I'll load you up with some Illyrian steel.
yeah, but
And it's
later like
like
they
from his
literally say,
personal.
yeah, it's his personal stuff. Like,
I
and I
think
love it.
when he leaves, I think when he goes to leave in the
Yeah.
next chapter. Um
And then
it's
Reese is all woe
it's
is
just so
me.
cool. Yeah, well, Reese is starting to act like Feyre.
Right? Like
I made a few
she
comments about that later on.
she's getting a lot of his good habits and he's getting a lot of her bad habits. And I'm like, because he's like, it's all my fault, blah 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 blah. It's punishment for taking Valaris away from Moore and granting Kier access here. And
No,
Feyre's
it's
like,
not.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then he's
Shut
like,
up, you piece of shit.
I'm not angry about the bargain in case you were worried. I wasn't. Like, I just, oh my gosh. And I'm just like, oh, Reese, it's not your fault. Like, and Feyre
You're
even says
clearly
it, like,
pissed.
it all lies on Hybern. It's Hybern's fault. Like, chill. And that's all there is
Yeah.
to that chapter.
Yeah, that was it. Cool. You ready for some weird but true facts?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let me get this random number generator going.
Ouch.
120. All right, it's called Sight to See. We sometimes say that certain animals, such as rabbits, are born blind. That's not entirely accurate. Rabbits are born with the ability to see, but their eyelids are temporarily sealed shut. A baby rabbit typically opens its eyes a week after birth. Aren't we all like that? Like, aren't all people, humans, animals all like that are born not from like eggs?
Well, I
Aren't
know that,
they
like,
all like that?
for humans, we can't see well when we're babies, but like we can open our eyes. But like puppies, I think are the same way. Like
Yeah, kittens
it's
are
not
too.
that they're blind; their eyes just don't open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm. All right,
Mammals.
162. Uh, ups and downs. Most great mountain ranges were formed by the shifting of tectonic plates beneath the Earth's surface. These shifts can also cause earthquakes, figuring that what goes up eventually comes down. Some geologists believe that the tectonic shifts are now causing the Apennines mountain chain in Italy to collapse. Ugh.
Hmm,
Well,
that's
we,
terrifying.
Yeah, and if I pronounce that, I apologize. But if you're in that area, reconsider.
Sorry, I'm so tired that it took me a minute to process what you said. Oh god.
Okay. 22. Ooh, this is not that I know it's going to be a good one, but the title is We're All Ladies Here. The speckled insects of the family. Oh, fuck. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
My dog just. All right, anyways. The speckled insects of the family. Concilidae. Coccinellidae are known as ladybugs in the United States and as ladybirds in England, Australia, India, and Pakistan. Etymologists prefer to call them lady beetles, but they have many other names as well, including lady cows and lady flies. The Russian word for ladybug translates to God's little cow. What?
That is what I'm calling them from now on.
Oh, look at God's little cow. In Turkish, it's good luck beetle, and in Hebrew, it's Moses's cow. All
Moses.
ladybugs are referred to as ladybugs, even if they're male. We're all ladies here.
I actually knew that.
That's pretty cool. Now I want to know what the Russian word is for ladybug.
Right? Like, it means God's little cow, but what is the word?
Oh, what? Boja korovka. Yep, Boja korovka.
Okay. All right.
Took me a second
God's
to
little
read
cow.
it. I haven't read Russian in a while, so I was like trying to remember what all the words, like what all the letters were. Anyway, yeah. Boja korovka,
Alrighty.
which apparently means God's little cow.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Oh,
You say holy
Lady
cow.
Beetle
That's a
and
whole new
Ladybird as well. Yeah, right.
whole new meaning to the word.
Wait, what was it? God's little cow? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
wondering. That's funny. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Amazing.
That was fun. Okay. Back at it. Chapter
All right.
34.
Chapter
Aaron's back.
34. Um,
So here's the thing. On the very first page of chapter 34, which is 343, it says, Amron found no other. You know what I'm about to say.
I do.
Amron, Amron found no other hybrid assassins or spies during her long night of hunting through Valaris. How she sought them, how she distinguished friend from foe. Some people, more told me the next morning, after we all had a sleepless night, painted their thresholds in lamb's blood, a sort of offering to her, in payment to stay away. Some left cups of it on their doorsteps. And I'm like, what a very biblical thing to do, Amron.
Right? Oh my
Makes you
god.
wonder what she was before. Just saying. Just
She's the
reconsidering.
monster that
She's a
defended them
fucking
from
angel.
other
Are you
whores.
serious?
But yeah, but like if you think about it, like a lot of the like stories about angels, they are monsters. They're
They
assholes.
are.
And it literally
Like,
says she was the monster that defended them from the other horrors of the world. It makes sense.
makes
The
you
more
really
that
consider
we
life.
go. Yeah. It
Well,
makes
and it's
me
like, it's
not want to
kind of
live forever.
terrifying. Right.
I don't want this
So,
to be a
like,
biblical term.
in like Supernatural, whenever they see like the
Yeah.
legitimate angel, like their eyes burn, like they can't see anymore. They basically go insane.
Yeah, and all the
Um,
angels, like even in their human forms, are assholes except for Castiel. Even he's an asshole sometimes.
yeah, he's just straightforward about everything, but he's just like, I was God's army once, not anymore.
Maybe a little Asperger's going on in there.
But like,
Angels with autism.
yeah, well, and it's like, there's like some. not, I wouldn't say people out there who say this is what they look like, but like some believe that these angels look fucking terrifying. So like one angel, I don't know specifically who it is, but it's like it literally has like feather wings, like it's like a big circle with like feather rings around it, kind of like what a really really artistic sun would look like, and then it's
Yeah.
like just covered in eyeballs, which is what I think she
Yep.
looks like because everyone talks about her fucking
Terrifying.
eyes.
Terrifying.
Whatever. Anyways, what a very
Um,
biblical thing to do.
the first thing that I wrote about this chapter was I love that as like leaders, Moore and Reese are here like making sure the priestesses are okay. Because like these women have all already been through trauma in their life, and then this
Yes.
huge traumatic thing happens in their safe space. So like they are there making sure that everything is okay. And I like that.
Yeah, that shows true leadership right there. Just making sure. And it's really nice too that Reese was like, more come with, basically, because it's like trauma can be so weird and different with everybody that like seeing more might be terrifying, but also seeing Reese could be worse. So it's like,
Right. Yeah.
gotta, plus when two men attack a safe spot, you gotta make sure you're good and dandy.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Um,
oh, at the bottom of page 344, starting to 345. Um,
yep.
so this Lucian's about to leave. He's about to leave for the human realm, and not human realm, but for like the continent. And he is um what is it? He's dressed to the nines for battle.
Yeah.
Um all from Cassian's personal stash of weapons. And she's like, okay, you know where to go, you know what to do, like, you know where you want to be. And he's like, yep, understanding. And she goes, thank you. And he's like, it was time for me to do something. And it's like snaps to you, Lucian. Fucking
I
finally
just
standing up.
know that he better be okay, especially after that like weird goodbye where like Elaine starts to take a step towards him, but he doesn't see that, and then he leaves, and they don't actually say goodbye to each other. He better
Yeah.
fucking be okay, because I feel
And
like
if
they're
he is
setting me
okay,
up.
does he bring people back?
I feel like they're setting me up for him to die, and I don't like it.
I think
Don't like
the ending's really going to throw you off.
it.
The
Probably.
ending of this book. I as soon as we started this book, I was like, I don't think she's going to see this coming. If she does, that's great. But if not, called it.
Oof.
Anyways, that's all I had for chapter 34. I
I
only had important
said
shit.
I said, well, shit, they're here, well, close to here, because
Oh,
at the very end of this chapter, we find out Hybern has attacked the summer court, and they lay siege to Adriata as we speak. And in this next chapter, girl, shit, Moore
yeah,
and
shit
Feyre,
goes
like
down.
they don't need an army. They just got Moore and Feyre out here, like
And
the fuck
they actually make a pretty decent team. And I think
they
it's just because
do.
Moore has been in war. She knows what battle is like. And I mean, Farah's been in a battle, but not as much
Not
or as
yeah.
long and often as Moore
Well, and just
does.
like Feyre's gaining control of her magic, and like she know like her
She's
taking
able
away
to use it.
their sight, like
Yeah,
that's fucking
that was
terrifying.
terrifying. I love being scared. I love watching scary movies, okay, not necessarily playing scary games because I just kind of freeze and then I never get past anything.
Yeah.
But I like watching scary games. I love going to haunted houses. And every single time I go to like a dark haunted house where I can't see anything or a bag's over my head, I kind of freak out a little bit because it's like, okay, where am I stepping? What's going to happen? And it's like it's panic inducing. You don't see what's
Mm-mm.
happening.
None of that shit is for me. None of it. None. I went to a haunted corn maze 2 times in my life. The first time, My mom, for whatever reason, love you, mom, if you're listening to this, but it was a dumb choice. She wore high heeled boots, like chunky high heeled boots, but still high heeled boots to the corn maze. My bitch ass started running, and I'm holding my mom's hand. I take off running. She falls in the mud. I keep running. No, I was like 13 at the time. I don't fucking do scary. The next time we went to the corn maze, or no, it was the same time, I think. No, it was the next time. We get up to the thing because they're trying to make me go, and I was like, I'm not going in there. I freaking like peed on myself, like dribbled on myself. TMI, I know. And then I sit outside the corn maze while they went through the corn maze because I was like, I'm not fucking going in there. I
I'm
don't
fucking done with you
do
bitches.
scary movies I can watch because like it's not
Nothing's
actually
going to.
with me, right?
Yeah.
But like when there's shit in there that's gonna jump out at me, people running with the chainsaw, like I've seen too many scary movies where the people with the chainsaw actually have a real chainsaw. It ain't. I'm not doing it. I'm not going in there. I'm not doing it. It's stupid. Nope. Nope.
I'm always the one at like haunted house, not houses, but like at like a haunted venue kind of thing where there's like 4 or 5 haunted houses that you can go through. There's usually something like Indiana had a indie scream park,
Yeah.
and there's always like light up necklaces that you can wear to show the actors that you want to be grabbed and touched. And I always go for that. And I always go with the group that is like never like that. So like when somebody pops out of the wall or something like that and just grabs you and yanks you in and like your entire like group is like screaming terrified, I fucking lose it.
Oh my god,
I'm
no,
in
that is
there
not
laughing.
for me.
They're supposed to be like scaring me and I'm in there laughing and losing it. And I usually try to tell them their names. I was like, okay, the little one is terrified. Her name is this. Like, go get her. Send me where you need to be, but I'm gonna be laughing in your face.
Oh my god, no thank you. And like now they have all these haunted houses that you have to like literally sign a waiver to even fucking go in. No, not
Yes,
for
please.
me. I'll read horror books all day long. I will watch movies. I watch scary movies. Actually, there's one that's it might be coming out maybe next month. I think it comes out in September called The Invitation.
Oh, yo, I want to watch that.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Brittany will not watch it with me, so I'm gonna have to find somebody to go with. But it looks so good. I know. What the heck? You're far away now. We can
We'll just
FaceTime.
FaceTime each other, put each other on mute.
Oh my
Is the
god.
seat taken? Yes. Do you see my phone sitting there?
Oh my god. Yes. Uh,
um, there's one time I went to Indie Screen Park with a old coworker of mine, and you know, I shit you not. Before we walked in there, she goes, "I don't know why I'm fucking doing this with you white ass people." She's black, and so she's like pissed off at because her husband's white, and she's just like, I don't understand why I'm doing this with you white ass people. Like, this is fucked up. I ain't doing this. And I'm like, but you wanted to do this. Like, you wanted to come. And she goes, I know. Now I'm regretting it. Now, white ass. And
so
it's so funny.
funny story about that. You know the movie that just came out, it's Jordan Peele, called Nope.
Oh, yeah.
So Brittany and her siblings went to go see that. But it's funny because he literally said that he named it Nope because when black people see the previews, they're gonna go, Nope. And that's exactly what Brittany said when she saw the previews. She also said that to the preview of The Invitation, but I want to see that.
Yo, that's so funny because that's what she did. I was like, listen, this is going to be great. Like, this haunted house is going to be great. And her husband had gone through it before. This was her first time there. And I was like, listen, the asylum is so good. It's not as scary as the clown. And she fucking hates clowns. And there was like a 3D clown attraction. And
No, no, thank you. I don't like
she
clowns either.
lost her fucking mind in that one. I was like, no, this one's great. And I knew what's at the end of it. So at the end of it, you go literally around in like it there's like it's like a long, I wouldn't say hallway because it's like open on one side, but like you're going through like a line basically in this like open thing. And all of a sudden you start hearing like a rumbling noise, but you don't know what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden the like in the middle of it, it's like an electrical chair. And it's like the Edison like bulb kind of thing where like electricity starts like flying at you. And I purposely slowed down because I could hear it ahead of me. And I was like, okay, it's like 3 minutes before the next one rolls through. So I'm like slowing down. I'm like, sorry, I can't see where I'm going. Vanessa's behind me. And we get through there, and I'm like, okay, we're going to get it. And all of a sudden, this thing goes off. She screams, nope. And she starts screaming and cussing at me. And then she like Spider-Man's it to the fucking wall and then just slides down it screaming. And then as soon as it goes off, she goes, "Fuck you, white people," and she took off. And I was like, that was fantastic.
That
Tyler,
is
her
fucking
husband,
amazing.
Tyler and I were fucking we were about pissed ourselves after that. We go out and she goes, "Fuck you guys. I'm gonna go over here to the safe space. And if any of these stupid ass, like, because there's people walking around trying to scare you, because if any of these stupid ass people come around here, I'm gonna tell them off. Are we done? I'm ready to go home." And I was like, you're just pissed because you got scared. I love it. Oh god, it was hilarious. Anyways, well, fuck, we're at war now. Anyways, whew.
Yeah, we're at war now. Oh my gosh. We kind of got an extra
Listen,
break there of us talking about random shit.
Moore probably looks fucking hot as hell
Oh my god, yeah.
in her leather. It's just we always see
Yeah.
her in refinery or like kind of chill clothes,
Yeah.
but in a fucking battle suit,
With her
swoon.
hair braided and like,
Yes,
yeah.
like between
Yes.
swords.
Um,
Hello.
Also, I feel like before we even get to more and what she's wearing, I feel
Oh,
like um I feel like Hybrid knew that Tarquin was not prepared because like half of his army or his whole like on land army was moved to the Springcourt border.
after
Um
Feyre.
yeah. And then
And
the
I'm sure Tamlin said something about it.
yeah, and then like his armada's not all there either, so like they know I feel like Hybern knew because probably Tamlin gave them the heads
Yeah.
up that Tarquin was not prepared. And I wonder if they thought that because of the blood rubies or blood diamonds or whatever, I wonder if they thought that Feyre and Reese wouldn't come help. They're wrong, obviously, but I wonder if they thought that.
Yeah. And I mean, that's a very good assumption
Yeah.
after everything that's happening.
I also wonder, or I not wonder, but I love that no one questions whether or not Feyre is going to join the fight, except for kind of Nesta. But even then, I think Nesta's questioning more because she's impressed than
Yeah.
questioning like her ability.
I think she's inquisitive about like what's
Yeah,
going to happen. Like, what is she going to do?
like what do you mean we can help in a battle? Like what?
Well, and I wonder too if it's because last time some major shit was happening and like Pharaoh was with her sister. She
Yeah,
essentially came home because of what was going to happen.
right. That would
So
bring
she
Tamlin down.
was, yeah.
Damn.
So I wonder if she's like wondering if Reese is like toxic Tammy.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
also wonder too if Moore has like PTSD. Like when she like gets there, she smells the air, she smells the blood, she like knows what's happening, hearing everything. I wonder if she has like PTSD from
The
like
previous one.
500 years of not hearing this.
Right. Like and now you're all of a sudden there. Like,
It's just kind of
but
like a
I
jolt.
love what or I not I love, but like I was kind of like taken aback on the last page of this chapter. Um, they're at the war, right? And Moore's like, we're gonna go to the palace, and the high fae are barricading themselves into the upper levels and leaving the lower fae or the lesser fae to basically get slaughtered. Um, and then Moore says, this way they're 3 levels down and climbing, 50 of them. So there's 50 Hybern soldiers against Feyre and Moore. And I was like, at
At
first
least
I was
they're
like,
not all at
oh,
once.
right. At first I was like,
Well,
oh, okay,
I mean, at first when
okay.
you like hear it or think about it, it actually sounds like they're all going to be at once. The way
Right.
it's
When you're
written, at least, it
yeah,
sounds as if they're
it
all like
does.
50 against a door.
Right.
And And it's so funny too because Feyre, or no, not Feyre. What was it? What is it? I don't know. Moore tells her something. I don't remember what page this was on. Um, 352. Okay. So she's like, we stick close. We don't get out of sight. We don't go down a hall or a stairway without assessing first. And it's like, all right, knowing Feyre, she won't listen. Like
Right.
more. Hello. She has a track record.
Right.
Like she's not going to listen. She doesn't fucking listen to anything.
Yeah. And we press forward until I say we retreat. Okay. Favorite. She's got a great track record of listening to shit like that, but whatever.
More. Retreat. I'm fucking going around the corner.
Right. No.
Uh, I swear to
Without looking
God.
first.
Oh shit!
Like, what the
I
fuck,
told you
Feyre?
to retreat. I can do it. It's fine.
I got this. It's just 50 hybrid soldiers with me by myself. But you know what?
Watch me miss them.
She probably can do that because she can just shut off their minds where they can't fucking see and then slowly, leisurely take her time killing them one at a time.
She really needs to learn the trick that
Like,
Reese
read.
does at
Yeah,
the
where
end
he
of
just, like,
this, or at the end of the next chapter.
yeah, she does.
I
Um,
have a fucking scratch. Where did that come from?
well, you have lots of animals. Who knows? I mean, and you work with them.
That's what
Like, just,
happened. I was gonna say that's what happens when you work with baby puppies.
yeah.
They scratch you. Anyways,
Also, so Feyre's fucking terrifying in this battle. Like, the soldier lunges for them, and Moore's blades flash, but Feyre's eye struck first, an asp of pure water striking his face, stunning him, then shoving down his open mouth, nose, his throat up his nose, sealing off any air. So she essentially just fucking drowns him.
are we in 36?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was like, where are we? Okay, yeah, right. And that's one of my fears, just drowning, like suffocating.
Me
So
too.
like,
And she just fucking drowns him with like a little bit of water, like,
and then Moore's just like, remind me not to get on your bad side. And it's like,
right,
you fucking
bitch,
think?
for real, for real. Like, just whoa, whoa. And
Yeah.
then like I didn't have a
Oh,
lot for this chapter, but the next page I was literally like, "Fuck, who needs an army if you've just got Feyre and more?" Like,
right. Well, and it's like this is when Feyre, like, Moore's like, don't be afraid to the Adriatans. A what would it be? Adriatan,
I
Adriata's
don't know.
soldiers. We'll go with that. Don't be afraid. And as she said that, Feyre basically cloud of black smoke basically
Yep.
just like went throughout like fog.
I stretched out a
And
hand and darkness fell.
yeah, and here's the thing. So Feyre turned her eyes to seeing in the dark so that she could, do her thing. Moore could already do that. She was like
Yeah.
born with the ability. If she was born with the ability, I mean, I know we're in the night court, but like, don't you think she would have been able to like do that smoke trick?
Well, so I think that Feyre does it with her shifter powers because she says I shifted my eyes. So
Well,
like that makes me think she used Tamlin's powers to do
uh,
that with her eyes.
but
So
I'm
I
talking
don't
about like,
know.
I don't know. I just
Yeah.
feel like if you're able to do that, then like, what are you going to use that for at night?
Maybe it's something to do with her truth teller powers too. Like maybe she can always see the truth or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. You might be right. That's a good
Mm,
idea.
I like it. We'll go with
Yeah.
it.
I have some on 358.
So do I. You go first.
So towards the end of this chapter, basically, we see we kind of there's like a break in the fighting for Moore and Feyre is like trying to see where Reese is and see how he's doing and if he needs help, basically. So she's looking through his eyes and he's on a ship and he mists everybody. He just turns them all into blood mists. And so he's caked in
Yeah.
blood. he's like feeling out this power. And so what we find out um is that he's got really, really thick like walls in his mind. And she's surprised by this. And I'm like, you're fighting with Highburn. And
Right.
I would not be surprised. I'd be like, oh, honey, is this thick enough? Like, do you need to have thicker walls? Because like we're
Right.
fighting Highburn. Like I wouldn't be like, his his walls are so thick. I don't. What is he fighting on the other side of that? What?
Right.
No,
Well,
bitch,
and
you're
then
fighting Highburn.
he opens those thick ass walls and she goes in. So now you're trapped there.
You're right.
Like, so
Like,
I was just like,
is
now
more
your
protecting
body,
your ass?
yeah, more just have to guard your body until you get back. Like, what?
God,
But then
it's
this
annoying.
dumbass went there alone. Like Reese literally, he
Yeah,
was
and it's
he could
fucking
feel
the King of Highburn is
right, he could
literally waiting there.
feel he could feel the damper on his power. So he hunted down the damper and like went there by himself. And then the King of Highburn, okay, trapped within Reason's mind, his power stifled in my body and body weary. There was nothing I could do but watch as the King of Highburn stepped from below decks and smiled at my mate. And now your dumbass is stuck in his mind, so you can't even like go there because you're trapped in his
You just
mind.
you should have just been like, he's
Knock
here,
knock, are you okay?
cool, yeah, and then
Right.
like maybe feel where he's at. But
Right.
now he's going to trap you, so you either have to watch and you can't do anything about it, or yeah, you just can't do anything about it. You're fucked. Like if your
Right.
mate dies right here, right now, like you can't do anything about it because
You're
he
just gonna
fucking
watch
trapped
it
you
happen.
because he didn't want help. Because he's got
Right.
that stupid ass Gryffindor energy that Feyre had all along, and it's
Yes.
ugh, ugh. It's
Yes.
frustrating.
I mean, Reese has kind of
Anyways,
always had that aspect of it too, though, because he's always tried to shoulder everything by himself. Like he's
right.
always tried to take care of everything so nobody else had to.
And that
But
makes me
yeah,
wonder if it's because of his like king like duties.
maybe, but like, shut the fuck up.
Honestly,
Delegate.
though, you literally have people in command. Like, this is my
Right.
second in command. This is my third. That's my fourth and fifth. I have somebody controlling my fucking armies.
Right. But you care
You
too
already
much about them,
delegated.
so you're not gonna have them do anything, like do their job. Like,
Like, you
what?
already delegated jobs to them. What's
Yeah.
what's the difference? Whatever.
Ugh.
Anyways, last chapter. We got
Last
this.
chapter. I only wrote 3 things about this chapter. I can't believe we're making it through 8 chapters in an episode. We haven't done that in forever. So, anyway,
Yeah,
um, I the first thing I wrote was on page 362.
same.
I feel like Highburn is trying to get Reese monologuing.
Yeah,
Like,
and here's the thing: the king would know exactly what to say to Reese
right?
to get a rise out of him.
Yeah,
Amarantha, I could take your mate. I'ma take your mate. I'ma do all this to her. Like,
he's baiting you. Just kill him or
right, and
get out of there. Either way.
it's
Ugh.
basically like what I keep getting told, like whenever somebody comments on like one of our ads, and it's usually like a white misogynistic man who is
Uh
just
huh.
like, you guys are ugly. Witches are this. You guys need to follow God. You guys are fat, piggy kind of shit. And it's like, okay, well now you're just saying this to be like
Right.
mean,
You're just
and
being a dick.
now you're baiting us to like say comments. So it's like we can
As
either
much
wait
as
for
we
someone to
want
comment,
to.
right, or we could just be like, all right, have a nice
Bye.
day, kill him with kindness. And it's like
Yes.
he's doing the same shit because he's
Yes.
petty.
Yes.
Ugh, annoying.
Um,
And then, oh, go ahead.
I know. I was just like, he's like my niece and nephew. She savaged Agden and Branagh, and for what reason? And Reese is like, perhaps you should ask Tamlin. And I'm like, yeah, ask Tamlin, fucking asshole.
He was there the whole
Ugh.
time.
They
Mhm.
fucking deserved it. That's why she killed them. Fucker.
It's like, woohoo, King knows the sweet spots.
Right. Ooh.
Well, and then we find out that he's not even fucking there.
Yeah. And I was like, of
It's a
course he's not there.
shade. And it's like, what a hateful
364.
coward. And it's really funny too because Reese is like, oh, what was it? Glad to see you're still not fighting your own battles.
Right?
What a foreshadow that was.
Right. And then he's not there, and when he leaves, so does the damper on their power. And then Reese turns the rest of the soldiers on the ship into mist. So that's
He's
fun.
like, all right, fuck you too.
Right, like just yikes. So
I swear to
that is
God.
all we read for today.
Yay. Look at that. And it just
Yeah.
hit an hour, 30 seconds.
And we're like ahead of schedule. We're not recording the day of. What is this?
Oh, God. This feels great. Watch next week. It's going to be Saturday, 3 p.m.
Well, you never know.
It depends. It depends on work schedules, depends on
It
how much we
does.
read, mental health.
You know, all those things.
Well,
All right.
anyways, thanks for joining us for another episode of A Court of Witches. Please come back next time and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.